Two teams trending in completely opposite directions as we head to Carolina for this NFC South battle. Panthers laying the 3.5. We love them to take care of business against these New Orleans Saints. As always, play it smart. Don't get beat by the field goal. We're going to buy that hook down 2-3. But we think we get a double-digit victory here as Carolina is just a much better team overall than these Saints. And the Panthers have owned the head-to-head matchup against New Orleans, against better New Orleans teams in years past. They've covered in 10 of the last 14 matchups head-to-head against the Saints, 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 matchups against the Saints in Carolina. This is a solid Panthers defense. Charles Johnson, Star Lutulelli, great pass rushers. Again, Charles Tillman coming in from Chicago. You pair him up with Josh Norman, Roman Harper in that secondary. I really love this Carolina defense. Drew Brees banged up, folks. He hasn't been practicing much of the week. His shoulder's all banged up. Not going to be even close to 100%. And even when he was last week against Tampa Bay, couldn't get that offense going even at home. Jimmy Graham, no longer there for Drew Brees. Now he's trying to make a #1 receiver out of Brandon Cooks. That is yet to happen. Marcus Colston on the wrong side of his career. Not the same guys we've seen in years past. This Saints team is trending the wrong way. I could see them even having a top 5 pick at the end of this season. Take Carolina, lay the field goal in this one. They get the job done at home.
Yes, Saints have looked absolutely atrocious, and now we have Drew Brees extra banged up. The team's falling apart. Brandon Cook's supposed to step up and takes his team to the offensive level that they need to be at, with losing to Jimmy Graham. He was supposed to come in there and replace a lot of yards, and he's just not doing it. He looks like a rookie receiver who can't get it done. And then look at the other guys they're throwing to. They're throwing to a Marcus Colston, who's way past his prime. Brandon Coleman, you got a Willie Snead. Just guys that aren't going to get you a big win on the road here against a Carolina Panthers team that's playing out of their mind right now. Cam Newton, a great quarterback, really leading this team, doing what he does. Guys doing it on his feet, guys doing it in the air, and they've got some talent around there. He's got a very good connection with his receivers. You have Greg Olsen, a great safety blanket, who can really be the difference maker in a lot of offensive games for Cam Newton. This is an easy one, folks. You have to love these Carolina Panthers against an absolutely banged up, horrible looking Saints team on the road here. And this is where they go to 3-0 and kind of kick things up a notch and get everybody talking.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I really like the Panthers this week, and it's really because the Saints are not the team that they were in the past. They're really missing Jimmy Graham. I think they're regretting that trade already, as defenses can look more at their other weapons and shutting them down, and they don't go down the middle of the field like they once did with Jimmy Graham. It's really an X factor in that offense not being the same, and plus Drew Brees had to hold on to the ball longer trying to find another target. That resulted in him getting hit more often and injuring that shoulder. That's all going to come into play, as it's supposed to be nasty weather in Carolina on Sunday. Even if it's not raining during the game, it's going to be swirling winds, and it's going to be very far from that dome atmosphere that the Saints love so much. I think Cam Newton, going up against a defense that since the beginning of last year has allowed the second most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. I think that comes into play as he gets at least 1 rushing touchdown, if not 2. I think that the Carolina Panthers kind of run with this game and defeat the Saints easily.
Yeah, Panthers just a better team here. Saints never could play defense, and in the 6 games this year, I'm including the preseason games, they've given up at least 26 points in every contest. I think Cam Newton goes off a little bit in this one. Drew Brees and company, it's not the same offense as years past. They can't shoot it out with you. They can't keep up with you. Roll Panthers, 26-13 final.